number. Now, this one says Brian Mundubile is power hungry. He attended the Danny Pule convention as what? Because from what I know, PF was removed from the alliance and his friend Vine PF presidency will attend a by-election in Kasama. The Mundubile way of doing politics is that of divide and rule and should not be trusted. As per guidance agreed by the PF MCC's meeting, the person that wins PF presidency ascends to be Tonse Alliance chairmanship. Of the 10 PF presidency aspirants, only Mundubile is offside the party constitution. Is he telling us that the other PF aspirants are dull, hijacking party structures? This is Ken from Chongwe. Thanks so much, Ken, for texting us on the number, which is 0979-958-392. You can continue to send us your text messages on the same number. Interesting. This one says, outstanding. Good morning to you, team. Celebration of the first ever boho in Petauke is a peak of the iceberg in most of the rural areas in Zambia, including some peri-urban districts. It is a shame on politicians to make names just to provide basic commodities like water, communication towers, electricity, education, health facilities, etc. These are automatic rights citizens have in any country. This scourge of political mileage should come to an end. Government should be working for its people, period. According to Victor Ali Watson of the friendly city of Ndola. Thank you so much, Victor, for writing to us this morning. Appreciate it.
Yes, indeed. 0979-958-392 is the number that you are dialing or sending your text messages to. This one says Mundubile's popularity leans on PF structures that he hijacked. If you, as me, Chitalo Chilufya, if you ask me, Chitalo Chilufya is popular than if he is as he claims. Why didn't he pick the so-called campaign team, not from the party structures? Hijacker, he is power hungry. Honorable Lubinda Tonse moves with what the party constitution demands. In the other 9 PF and the other 9 PF presidential aspirants, I think, with him, Bamundubile, Bataya, and constitutional shortcut. No wonder people were saying this man is a hired gun. Lamek in Kawe. Thank you very much, Lamek, for text message. We appreciate it. We appreciate your contribution. 0979-958-392.
Mike, Dashi, Kozi, good morning. Comment is on the first ever borehole in Petauke Central since 1946. When the village was established. This confirms what President HH when he said he would get the money from the big thieves in Lusaka and take to the poor in the rural areas. Good news, but touching. This is from from RK. Thanks so much, RK, for sending us this text message on the same number.
Interesting. This one says, good morning. Personally, I don't see any reason why PF should come back into power. These people were ruthless. Zambia almost turned into Haiti because of poor leaders we had at Kutuwalia, but not Chukulia Nembuto. What a bad slogan. No name to this particular one, but thank you so much for your contribution. We appreciate it. There is another one which says, good morning, Crown TV. I'm happy to hear that load shedding is over, but let's hope they're not doing it for the sake of incoming general elections. O'Brien Sebitwane of Choma. Thank you so much. It's good to know that Choma is following and is watching. We appreciate your contribution this particular morning. Keep them coming. The number is 0979-958-392. That's the number that you are using.
HH1 said Zambia will be better. It will be better. This is Emerson all the way in Chirundu. Thank you so much, Emerson, for getting involved in the conversation.
Good morning, Dash, Mike, Kozi. Government is on the right trajectory. They have put a lot of sacrifice. Keep it up. Opposition will always be opposition. It's life and living. Surprisingly, Membe is now on the PF faction by extending his criticism on them. Better way somewhere to Samuel, I think, from Lusaka. Thank you very much, Samuel. We appreciate your text message. We appreciate your contribution.
Indeed. This one says, good morning, Crown TV. Warm greetings from the good people of Livingstone. Thank you so much. My take today is on government ending load shedding. It's a good move because it will bring stability in our businesses and the economy at large. Also reduce the cost of goods and services. And the Republic President's move to end export of raw materials is indeed a positive move that will create job opportunities and the skills in our country. Livingstone is following, and this is coming through from Emmanuel Giota. Thank you so much, Emmanuel. It's good to know that Livingstone is watching, and greetings to the people of Livingstone as well.
Hello, my people in the studio. HH and his government are just blackmailing the poor people. They want to end load shedding now just because we are in an election year. We know they're mingalato, and let them not shinka us with butter. They have spent all these years in power just to punish the opposition and killing PF. Atikwache is doing well, but prices of commodities are very high for poor citizens. Even this free education they are talking about was there from the time of KK, and we used to be given free learning materials courtesy of SIDA and GRZ. Not Vaboza Vamene, but Team Nama, but UPND.
That's what's up, Dash.
I tried.
Good morning, Kozi, Mike and Dashi. It's political improvement in the country to learn from Honorable B or Brian Mundubile that is ready to have either Makebi, Zulu or Lubinda as running mate. It's a good spirit in their Tonse alliance. Let them have one organized Tonse which will genuinely compete with UPND. This is coming through from SC or Senior Citizen. We appreciate your contribution this particular morning. Thank you so much for coming through.
Yes, indeed. We continue with your text messages on the number 0979958392. ZESCO is still importing power, which has helped us. EM. Thank you very much, EM. We appreciate your contribution.
Yes, you can also go to our Facebook page, and you can find us on YouTube as Crown TV Zambia. You can also leave your contribution over there. Good morning, Crown TV. Regardless of Mundubile's alleged popularity, the reality is, according to Kambwili's revelations, Mundubile is destined to face arrest by the UPND. This is Vlahakis, all the way in Chirundu as well. Thank you, Mr. Vlahakis, for texting us on this number.
The first time they've actually written a shorter text.
Yeah.
Every time they're very much propounding. But thank you so much for writing to us. There is no alternative to UPND as of now. Zambians must not change governments anyhow. We may even lose the little we have gained. That's according to PK of Solwezi. Thank you so much, PK, for writing to us. We appreciate your contribution this particular morning on the number 0979958392. That is the number that you're using. Go to our Facebook as well and leave us a comment there. We will be more than glad to get to tap into it. But you can also get to give us a call. The phone lines are officially open. 0979 958392 is still the number that you are using, so you can actually get to hit us up. Very interesting contributions from the people, Sarkozy, if you ask me.
Yes, indeed. A very interesting contributions, as you have put it. And of course, a lot of people are giving us their views as regards their thoughts on Mr. Mundubile, who, of course, we're going to be discussing, obviously, very, very shortly, issues to do with Tonse Alliance. Others thinking that he has played Mingalato on the patriotic front, and he has extended an olive branch for some of those people that are aspiring to be leaders in the patriotic front to be his running mate. So it is interesting, and I'd really want to speak to the spokesperson, the deputy spokesperson, to get to hear how things are going and how ready people are to work with Mr. Mundubile.
Exactly. The phone lines are open. It's 0979-958-392. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. What is your name and where are you calling us from?
This is Sambe calling you from Kasempa town.
Oh, lovely. How is Kasempa this morning?
Kasempa is good.
Lovely.
Cloudy. We had rained the whole night. So
that's good to hear. You can go ahead.
You see, you are talking about the confusion in PF. PF is a political party of confusionists. So we are talking about the Mao Sampa confusion. We are talking about the Edgar Lungu, Given Lubinda confusion. Now we are talking about the Chalinga confusion. Most recently is the the Mundubile confusion. How? You have been expelled as a PF from the alliance, and you are a member of PF. You go and you want again to contest, and you go, you contest, you win, and meanwhile you are a PF member who was earlier expelled from the alliance. So this is the confusion that we are talking about. Even when people call and say confusion in PF is exacerbated by the ruling party, this is what we are saying. It is just the individuals themselves who are so power hungry. Each one of them, including their sweeper, actually at their offices, in their secretariat. So this is where the challenge is actually. It lies among themselves. But we are happy to mention that the area like of my residence, Kasempa, which has the biggest geographical area, and in fact Northwestern, it has 24 wards, can be divided to have 3 constituencies. This is what we want ourselves. When Lunga, which is so vast, can have 3 constituencies. This is what we want. Zambezi East, which is also vast and high in population, can have 2 constituencies in Zambezi North and Zambezi South. This is what we want. Kalumbila and Solwezi and Ushindamo. This is what we want. Bufumbwe, to have 2 or 3 constituencies. This is what we want. That's what makes us happy. And when you look at point number 8 or 9 of the UPND, which talks about equality in distribution of wealth, this is what it's supposed to be, because Northwestern is the second biggest province in this country.
As you conclude,
it has 12 constituencies. So to be given another 12 more so that it is equals others, this is what we want. This is what we call equity. And this is where we have to commend the government. And they must do that without shame or anything else.
Thank you so much.
Favoritism is anything to do with that. Thank you so very much.
Okay, we have another caller. Hello, good morning.
twabuka pya bwino katushinga mwabuka shani atimala nishina ba Jonas kwanganye nipo
ndera ndakiye pamuna naba politician aba onzi ba politician abo abantu babaruli nyo cyaro cya Zambia amwaye bugisa my brother kunu mogogo twafune mu 2019 dola ya dikire bari ke shiko kuma bari shiko kwa je ga ya kuma yanzu aka mutun ya dikire bari ke shiko kwa je ya bari 17 kwa ubunga bari kumine wadi kile bari wanu after tura kuma yanzu aka mutun wadi bari wanu 50 kwa ya bari 100 and 20 ba yuke inji ba shi da kuran da kira bija da Allah goje zuwa gurin da kira kuma campaign abena Zambia ba di fuyi da kuran da kwara yuke inji na kuku shi ka bane to ben da shi a cikin man zuwa campaign we ba ndu to ani ne ku pera inji fo vote muma da shi ba da randa ka pere vote dola after the 2021 2022 dola ya ritumile padi 21 kwaja ya ikunta 28 kwaja ama yeji onsha ya twachura dola ya twango kufika kuma enji ya kuvota dola ya kuma kuri 28 ya itatuka kuri 18 ya kuma kuri dola punga up to 2021 up to 2023 ubunga twaresta 150 2024 2023 2026 ubunga tiresta tirizana tabana tabula bwe sasa umalai umala kupe 2020 up to 2019 amalaiti laiti ya mu 2019 up to 2021 amalaiti laiti ari kokuya twali akumanya campaign
Tototira mkwa.
Our production was to.
Thank you so much. Mr. Banda, good morning.
Morning, Councillor. Onekabuna manengi.
Thank you, Natotela.
I'm quiet. Honorable.
Yeah. Abanda.
Kuna na honorable mavalabu na kachake tekabuna kwani post mkwani tumizire kwa Zambia manayo.
Osa dandaora kazafika.
Okay, honorable.
Zambia manayo.
Vindu titi zikamba hapa honorable. Unomvera kuti dola kwacha apikinga. Mwana kwa shopu ya ndani mwekala kurusaka. Shopu ya ndani ya chipako vintu. Osakwira maso bantu. Kuma iboma hii ya mwesinze sesa. I'm telling you. Vindu vinako tiziyamika kondise bantu. Wai wakamba weka kuti vindu kwacha apikinga. Ima vindu nivodula mashopu. Manje kishita banji titienda kuti honorable wanga iwe MP wanyuwani kwa nakusanjira ku Suez kapoche nakusanjira nshingirizo kabwero uyimirira makokwa vantu venango ketika ziwona vindu bofuno makamba bulo kwino tora nya Zambia kwacha pikinga kwacha ipo mwamba kwacha kwacha pikinga vindu vasaruka mabusha nyamani zingati kuti nguku kali 150 nguku kali 150 nguku kwa aidika rungu nguku ikulu maningi alonde nze kula 40 kwacha 30 kwacha manja abantu aba swa teknabula bwina ba minister vachaenda vichana minister amene aba makuti vakazibweza bwino vindu vabwerera bwino vantu vamboyamika ero tienda ukampeni ali biza jambo vakabaya no free education imwe tientuone sese please na mikako pangolo jabe honorable kasama kotalo menda kuti 40 was 40 was asakambe kuti ini kama varumenda utemoipa muja because ako zakamba kuti mwaona taseweza ukasaba tapaka kama akozokamba hivyo akozokamba because walibe direction akozokamba hivyo yaja ni makwati was varumenda jabe kuti vakasama azere kwa bwino kachaka votana vapasa hata tachitokamba hapo ndiyepene vambomenda venzi vaivarako so nida pa maningire kuti dola kwacha kuti yapikinga but vindu mashopu ngodula kwani kwacha kakabadua chosako mtendo are you serious pelezalibu naona lepo kurenda kusanjirani.
Thank you Mr. Banda.
Ziko mwambira Banda. Yeah, we appreciate.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning. Your name and where you calling us from?
This is Mr. Banda calling from Katete.
Mr. Banda, please go ahead and give us what your thoughts are.
Yeah, I want to just add my voice to the conversation about the goods and services prices, especially on meal. Hello?
Yes, we can hear you. Go ahead.
On meal. The time that meal was 150, how much was a bag of maize? Because the bag of maize was 150 kwacha. That's what they used to sell to FRI. But this time is 340 kwacha. So how do we expect the menu to come at 150? It's very difficult. It's just people don't understand. If you want the bag of meal to be sold at 150 kwacha, it means the bag of maize must be sold at 100 kwacha. Now, it won't promote farmers to sell the bag of maize at 100 kwacha. It cannot. So, the bag of meal must come around 230, 250. It's cheaper because the farmer, because what the government did, they made sure to empower a farmer. Because you see this year, there will be a bumper harvest. There's a lot of maize in the field. You see how briefcase businessmen be buying maize. Who buying 100 kwacha, 150. So the government is there to protect the farmer. And the things are changing. You don't expect now to go and buy bread at 20 or 5 kwacha. Bread will be sold, even if the opposition today they win, they cannot bring the price of bread at 10 kwacha. It won't happen. That time is long gone. We need just to work hard and move forward. That's the best that we can do, because this year the price of maize, it might reach 350 kwacha.
Thank you so much.
So thank you so much.
We appreciate your contribution. Hello, good morning. Hello.
Good morning, how are you, Mr. Mike?
Yes, we are very fine, thank you. How are you?
Very good, and Mr. Kozi and the Madam.
Very well, thank you. Appreciate. Good morning.
I'm just speaking on one issue. I just want to pick on one issue. The story that has been raised by Shoni Tembo that all those who are complicit to denying Edgar Lungu medical treatment will be indicted in future. What is there is that what we witnessed as a nation is very traumatic. It's very traumatic and tragic. A head of state, when you are a head of state there, you have all the information of the health status of President Edgar Lungu, even all dignified officials. The president has got the officials, the medical records. Now, if he has records, and you know very well, Mr. Kozo and Mr. Mark, and the Madam there, you know very well what you muntamena duala needs. And you know that Uyumuntu, the commissioner denied medical specialist treatment, is going to die. And you make attempts, Muntu akwelendeke, Momchosa Mundeke, Muntu and the airport, Yamana Panga, you chase him. And you see, the way Edgar Lungu died, John Tembo should have added Edith Nawakwe. Edith Nawakwe was getting treatment, cancer treatment, from India to reduce the escalation of the cancer. Kikiri mwalonga mchoston police muntu. Nina mankwala amenefunika kutenga mwalonga. Chamene mwembekeza ntani. Chamene mwembekeza Mr. Kozo nitani. Mwaziwa kuti muntu mususu no twala. Then muntu mususu after South Africa on a specialist treatment. Even the doctors confirmed in South Africa that had you come earlier, you would have corrected this situation. So who had the intent, Mr. Kozi, to kill Edgar Lungu? So the death of Edgar Lungu will be investigated in future. And everybody, and we are happy that now we have got videos all over. All those police officers, they would have to be arrested and made to account who sent them to go and take out somebody from the plane.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mundubile.
The death of Edgar Lungu, my friend, is very traumatic. And now, without any shame, Mr. Kozo, after treating someone like that, even when he dies, you are still insisting you want to preside over his body. President Dagainde was in South Africa, my man, who mind. Immediately in South Africa,
thank you so much. We need to accommodate other callers. Thank you.
We do have Mr. Moses on the line.
Mr. Mike, how are you this morning?
No major breakdowns, minor ones are endured. How are you, Mr. Moses?
We thank God, no major breakdowns. And my honorable and my dear wonderful sister, you look nice in the studio.
Oh, thank
you
you.
so much.
The economy is doing very well. You are reflective of this economy. I can assure you, Barry, I think he has done some wonders. You know, it took Manawas almost 7 years to stabilize the economy. That's where we are going. That's the direction. That is why, for me, when I say number one, their position, we are better having Barry, but we should just give him very few members of parliament so that this Bill 7 should not be coming fast and furious. Coming to the running mate, I think for me, I would settle for Lubinda because of the experience. He has been in government. And if I was Mundubile, I can settle for Lubinda, not Makebi Zulu. Makebi Zulu has got no experience. No really machabe ujao. Waona chaope na nze kumaliro kuja abwera manja. I want to be president. So we should not go for jokers. So Lubinda is better. I'm not saying they should win this year. These guys, if they come, I can assure you, to be vengeance now. Tizavutika mna muziko ka. You can hear their tones. Don't take that for granted. If you make a mistake of bringing back PF, there will be no development. Nikiamba kupishana chabe kupishana makoti. If naziko tizavutika no development. na malodi yamentirira kuti mapotholes kuzankhala manje vimigodi kuchoka pa mapotholes kwenda manje pa vimigodi. So let us analyze these leaders very, very carefully as we go towards the August elections. I can assure you it is better to have a neutral person than these guys from the PF. Otherwise, we appreciate them for the development they brought through infrastructure. But at the same time, only kawanaba maningi magaizi yala, I hope wamene walipo wanahonika nao wakuba futi, pasana to nole. God bless you, we are listening.
Thank you so much, Mr. Moses. We appreciate your contribution this particular morning. Mr. Banda, good morning.
Hello.
Yes, Mr. Banda.
Maukako.
Taukako kaya mwauka.
Ya, itauka.
Kulibwanji kuchawama.
Ya, chukula sabi wa mmanzi munga churi ku.
Pitirizani na
kula chula munga wa chula pamishi.
Mkanye lipo mkwai.
Ya, in fact, nizo kutumwa ku muribe namba ya ku newsroom.
We do have a newsroom department.
Sharing.
Mungalitumileko.
Yeah, it's up to me.
We will definitely share.
Tikabe kupangona nkani ya Makebi Zulu. Mundubile. Then wana kulibera confusion. Uzolo azima yasuka mbali ku kitchen. Kumankala chongo zinangu zipwanyika na kupwanyika mbali. Bado wakazisuka wakafaka mukabati na chongo chisira. So chaventa tawachagua kuti apa kuli kusanka musogore. Once musogore yakaikiwa nishina zonse zankara kuti nina pempo futu kwa president akaini chilema kuti anene potuwa kuti amista vanga na mayumpi wonsaba ya meibwera 2026 mukanivotera kulibe azasebi zako chifukwa kulibe ministeri yose amene isebiza wametiwona wosaba ni maferia wakachita announce izo neneratu kuti antu azavota bwino na Peter.
Yo, damn it. Do we have another caller on the line? Hello, good morning.
Good morning, comrades.
Yes, comrade. How is Kawe this morning?
Kawe is fantastic, having 3 constituents now. Good morning, my beautiful sister.
Good morning, how are you?
Fine, thank you. Good morning, our incoming junior honorable.
Junior.
Good morning, thanks. How are you doing today?
Yeah, fantastic. We are endorsing you. At least your analysis, they are progressing to parliament.
Too many endorsements, Mr. Kosi. The people in Finland that want you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, comrade. I think the PF confusion, it is not something which we should even be surprised. PF, ever since Saturday, it has been confusion after confusion. This one versus this one. This one versus this one. I don't even know why the PF members like failing those confusions to an individual, because even before Wagainde formed government, in PF there were confusions. So PF is formal that we just have to be used with that confusion. The only thing we should be hoping for is to say, what is the latest for today? Latest, they will be feeding us latest after latest. They are the new definition of, in politics, there is no permanent enemy. If you want to have an example of that, refer to PF. So we are not surprised. When it comes to issues of dollar and other stuff, and I'm even surprised to some people who are referring this to a general election, meaning that those are indigenous PF and those are not UPND, and they don't understand our President Hakainde. Comrade, Hakainde is not someone who artificializes things to suit the environment. Hakainde is someone who would do things at a light time when he feels like it's light. If you remember very well, UPND, we had the first by-election, parliamentary by-election there in Lusaka, in Kabwata. And 3 days to the voting day, that was the day when they increased fuel prices. We were even talking in our group to say, how would the president allow this crucial by-election then increase the fuel price? It will affect us. We were told by the president to say, no, it's not about winning an election. It's about doing the right thing. If you do the right thing, even if you lose an election or win an election, you won't have any challenge. So these changes you are seeing, my comrades, my fellow Zambians, it's not about the general election. No, it's because there were some things which were being put in place which people never used to see. These now are the results. I can assure you, even if we win election as we are winning general election, you will never see things going back to the old days because the calculator has already calculated. Thank you very much, comrades.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. We have another caller on the line. Hello, good morning.
Mwakabwanji mama.
Mkwae mwakwa bwino.
Tauka bwino mukamba na Mr. Banda kukatete kazakalo wa family.
Yeah, Mr. Banda.
Ya iyo nkani na imvera bwino maningi nkani. Bati manje chamene nifuna chabe nikambepo ine nichi. Problem ya ife mazambians tikanga kuchita appreciate kuyamikira chomwe muntu aluchita muno muziko mwathu msogoleri chimene aluchita timakanga kuyamikira. Nikaona vamene valukambati UPND kulibe vamene iluchita kumbali yanga ine nangu vakambati UPND kulibe vamene valuchita but mukaona maningi UPND vamene vakwanisa kuchita vakwanisa kubweza economy kubweza chuma cha ziko kuziko ene vake tankhalatiru sogole wako na vipani vinangu na maboma enangu but mukaona ndalama instead za kuti ziende kuziko kumazambians vene vake zenzoenda as an individual zenzoenda kumuntu wamvesesa zenzoenda kumuntu instead ziende kumazambians vene vake but what UPND is doing with the leadership of Mr. Hakainde Hichilema alubweza ndalama zijaza ziko kuziko kuene wake mazambians noti kumuntu tiwona kuti mutaimu ya PF ndalama instead zibwere kuziko zenzobwera kumuntu bagula mamotoka bagula vichani ziko yende osauka pamene ziko yende osauka nishi mazambians vene wake tisauka. Bati chamene vachita va UPND vakwanisa kuyesa kuti ndalama zibwerere kuziko kuti mazambians tichite benefiti chinthu kuti chikonzeke sichimakonzeka pamene hapo iyayi vali kukonza pang'ono andi na mavision yaluoneka kuti zoona ivi vintu vilukonzeka pang'ono manje vonse sivi vambiri venze vinaonongeka manje valukonza pang'ono ati yayi kulibe vamene aluchita va UPND imwewe tizacita appreciate vantu va bwanji tizacita appreciate usogoleri wa bwanji kuti tikaziwe kuti muntu aluchita bwino vamene vakambati ati PF ibwerere kodi mwe vantu taivala pa vamene PF vamene natichita
zikomo
tifuna tibwererenso kumbuyo
but momalizira Banda
yewo
kodi momagwirako ntchito ya ulaliki
ndipo ndine mulaliki kwambiri
tayamikira zikomo msebenze bwino
ndine mulaliki kwambiri andinimvera bwino so ine what I can just say is that the same government that we have
thank you so much
vamene vatengera
zikomo kwambili. We're going
he
to
speaks
take
as a like a preacher. That's why I asked that question.
very encouraging. But yes, we'll continue to take your calls in just a bit, but we are going to take a very short break, and then we from the viewers that there's continuous squabbles that has been going on, confusion after confusion. We saw a couple of weeks back what has been transpiring in the PF itself with regards to how there were unsolicited dismissals made by the vice president of the PF before the injunction was filed and put into motion. But it seems like it's a little saga that has been brewing between the Tonse as well as the PF. There's just a lot that's going on so far.
What is happening in the PF and the Tonse Alliance started brewing some years back, I think. Just after they left office, I think that the PF should have gone back to the drawing table and agreed on the route they should take now that they are in the opposition. What should we do? Where did we go wrong? And they spoke about rebranding, which I think a lot of people did not see. So they were supposed to go for a convention, which they did not go to, after people had paid the 200,000 kwacha each, and those that were aspiring to lead. And that convention did not happen. Mao Sampa took advantage of that particular lapse and had his own convention with his people, and he was elected president. In the end, he was ousted by Honorable Chabinga, became president, and unfortunately, this is now the PF that has been recognized by the law, by the courts of law in Zambia. And the others just remained like, wanted to ignore the Chabinga-led faction, which I think was very, very important at that time to consider sitting down with them and bringing them on board. Before we head, because when you listen to Honorable Chabinga, he actually sometimes says that they're in an alliance with the ruling UPND. So, anyways, Honorable Mundubile has been elected leader of the Tonse Alliance, and this is the alliance is was agreed that it was agreed that that's the vehicle that the Patriotic Front were going to use, and when they were coming up with the alliance, they had an agreement. They made the agreements as to who was going to lead the alliance going into 2026 general election, and this was going to be somebody from the Patriotic Front, and there is now, Brian Mundubile. And now, remember that Mr. Mundubile, Honorable Mundubile, was expelled from the Patriotic Front by Honorable Lubinda. Now we hear that he's extending an olive branch to whoever would love to be running it. I think that it is a good idea to begin to extend these olive branches to each other. Because the bottom line is that they need to start to work together. They need to start to put the house in order. But I'm not sure who should invite who.
Definitely.
And because there's no way today I would expel you, Dash, and then tomorrow you're inviting me to come and be your running mate when I was in charge. When I am in charge of the faction that you belong to. So Honorable Lubinda is acting president of the PF faction that Honorable Mundubile belonged to. So there's no way Honorable, well, it has happened, but I think that it is interesting that Honorable Lubinda would expel somebody, and then that somebody now goes and invites Honorable Lubinda to come and be his running mate.
Do you think that pride might get in the way of them actually making the final decision? Because as we heard that there was a scramble for Africa when it comes to getting that presidential spot. Do you think they might actually submit to this?
When a vehicle is not moving, you firstly start by dealing with the tires so that you push it to the garage before you think of replacing the broken glass. So what the Patriotic Front should have done is first iron out the issues that they have before talking about leadership of the party. So now that before these wrangles that they had were done, we already have a Tonse Alliance leader in Brian Mundubile. It will be difficult. As you have put it, now issues to do with pride and ego will come in. So who is, if you if we had a political party and I expelled you from the party, and then you go there, and then you are now leader of the Tonse Alliance, I don't know how in the first place, and then you call me to say, come and be my who is Dash? Or
it's very interesting.
Or now I say, Dash, come, we sit down and who
are you?
Yes, because you are leader.
And he's given them 12 days on top of that.
Yeah, he has even given an ultimatum of 12 days.
Quite authoritative.
Yeah.
So much
So
authoritative.
I think that they should have ironed out all these differences. They should have gone to the convention. They should have. We did read another headline in one of the papers that Honorable Nakachinda has been neglected
yes.
in prison. So all these things should have been discussed, and everybody should have been. They should be brotherly love amongst them as we speak, so that they go into the campaigns as a unit with a lot of force, talking with one voice. Now, when you visit some of the pages that are affiliated to the Patriotic Front, you find others pouring scorn on Honorable Mundubile. And even there are some accusations that we have seen on others against who is the Deputy Secretary General. We have seen a lot of scorn. The money that has not been handed over. There's issues to. So the most important thing was the party to sit down and iron out all these little and this should have even included Honorable Chavinga to ensure that everything is sorted out. They come to the round table, they are on the same page. And then now you can go to elect leaders. And then after that, I think that everybody is going to be with one voice, because they would have sorted out the differences and they would have elected the leaders of the Patriotic Front. Now, as it is, I wouldn't be surprised if you heard that Honorable Makebi Zulu also now is
extending an invitation,
or he will be standing on NCP where he was invited. It wouldn't be surprising to hear that he has gone to NCP and his leader is the presidential candidate for NCP, and is also extending an olive branch to the others to go and join him and become running mates. So a lot should have been done before assuming these leadership roles.
And we also yet to hear from Honorable Makebi Zulu with regards to the NCP invitation. He hasn't even given his response with regards to that. So I don't know if it's going to be sort of a difficult decision for him, the fact that there are now two parties that are, seeking his help. But then again, there were some accusations that you're mentioning. One of the viewers also kind of mentioned the fact that, Brian Mundubile is sort of trying to divide and conquer, but he's actually trying to do the opposite. He's trying to bring them together so that, there's some sort of working order, because as it stands, they are individuals. They're not really particularly part of a party. But today's the 18th of February, which means 10 days from now, they were supposed to have their convention.
Definitely.
But that's not even supposed to take place, because then it will be illegitimate.
It's very, very interesting. But, early this month, we had even heard that we are going to know the leader of the Patriotic Front before the end of the month. We are going to the 10 days, as you have put it, before February ends. And there are no signs that there's going to be a convention yet. But there are still wrangles. We have now seen that Honorable Mundubile has taken leadership of the Tonse Alliance, which was supposed to be led by somebody from the Patriotic Front, quite all right. But that is what actually delayed everything, because the Patriotic Front had to go to a convention and elect somebody, and that person that was going to be elected from that particular convention was supposed to be the presidential candidate for the Tonse Alliance. So now, since it didn't work like that, but we now see that Honorable Mundubile is leader of the alliance and now inviting the others to come and be running mates. I think that this is interesting, and let's wait and see where it is going. But it is common knowledge that obviously Honorable Lubinda will not accept that invitation because he expelled Honorable Mundubile from the Patriotic Front.
Interesting. Those are actually issues that we just get to sit and await to see who is going to accept the invitation at the end of the day. We also do understand that there's a background of where, like you've mentioned, there's expulsions, expelling this person. This Tonse alliance that is being led by Honorable Mundubile is one that is being considered illegal by the one that Lubinda is actually anchoring. So definitely it will be very interesting to see what happens with regards to the response to this particular one. But he says it is a gesture of unity as well as brotherlyhood. That's what he says, according to the spirit of what the late president obviously stood for in His Excellency Edgar Chagwa, may so continue resting in peace. So we are waiting to see what happens, but it's also an issue of time, because you see people are actually getting to count down to the day of that big day of election, and we want to see an opposition. That is the cry from the people. Where is the opposition as we head towards this particular election? So it could be a good sign. Are they going to positively respond? It will be a very good thing to see from the Zambian people. Maybe from there we can be assured to say there's a little bit of direction being shown here, and what happens next is what we will be getting to hope for in terms of anticipation. But definitely these are issues that you just wait and see what happens. There's this is it a Lunda or Kaonde term that people love to say it. Vyakulola vie. Yeah.
Vyakulola vie is Namwanga.
Namwanga, is it? Yeah. So you just look at these issues as they come in, and day in, day out. Mr. Wiseman said there's a lot of latest that of these things happening from the opposition. So today is this latest. We are waiting to see what latest will come through again tomorrow. So pretty much that's all I can say about this particular matter.
Exactly. But what do you have to say about this situation that's happening in the Tonse Alliance? You can come through on 0979958392. But for now, let's take a look at some of the messages that you have been continuing to send us through the same number. And of course, you can also go to our Facebook page, our YouTube page. We are live as Crown TV Zambia, where you can be leaving your contributions live as well. Good morning, Brother Kozi, Mbuya Sakala, and my sister there. Yesterday, I attended delimitation submission where we propose Chantele to be one of the constituencies here in Kwacha. But ECZ, the way they were collecting these submissions was questionable. Instead of listening to us ordinary people, they were listening more to civic leaders such as Deputy Mayor of the city, and we were fearing for the outcome. The nationalist Henry Chola from Bulangilo, Kitwe. Thanks so much, Henry, for sending us your text message on the same number.
Interesting. 0979-958-392. That is the number that you are getting to use to get in touch with us on. Good morning, panel. Muzige alumbwa aloboga, meaning the good works of a slave are only realized when he is normal. So aba batongo galionse bayagurumba HH. Aba batongo galionse bayagurumba HH gumbere baulanga zintu zibotu zyajita gata jiri muleli wa jisi muberege gabotu basa. I'm Brian M from Maz, the sweetest town. Pwaku. Wow, what a way of signing out.
What's Pwaku?
Thank you very much. Appreciate your text message. Good morning, Kezeli Bomakokwa. Tell that Lavindashi to come for Komboka ceremony and really want to meet her because I love her. I'll definitely bring her.
Definitely.
What's in?
Let's prepare for her.
Yeah.
Oh,
my take on how people are catching up feelings and speaking badly, forgetting how HH really suffered. Why is it that we put so much blame on him when we don't know the main reason behind the scenes of burying our former president? It's high time, people. We had the fear of God and treat each other with love, respect and dignity. All this is vanity, and on Judgment Day we shall give an account of each word and act we did. It's high time we embraced each other with love. Makebi Zulu was here in Western Province, and there wasn't any noise, confusion and fighting like we faced in the previous regime. To those saying that New Dawn hasn't done anything, to me, the primary thing I can thank them is the peace and sanity I am enjoying, unlike before. Jen from Kwahae. Kezeli. We appreciate your text message. We are happy to know that Kwahae people are watching, which is in the Western Province.
Interesting indeed. 0979958392, but I think those are the messages that we had for now.
Exactly. Now, we did mention earlier on that we will be joined by the deputy spokesperson of the Tonse Alliance. Goodness, I don't know what happened there. And Mr. Kolola Mukupa. Mr. Mukupa Kolola, who's actually joining us right now. Good morning, Mr. Mukupa.
Good morning, Dash. Good morning, gentlemen in the studio, and good morning to all our viewers. Thank you.
Good morning.
Thank you so much for joining us this morning. As you know, there's a lot that has been happening in the Tonse Alliance. We'd just like to get a brief outline as to where they stand with regards to Honorable Brian Mundubile, as well as how he's actually given an ultimatum to Honorable Given Lubinda, as well as Honorable Makebi Zulu.
Okay, Dash, for that question. And I know many people have been reaching out, trying to find out what's really on in that space. I want to just be very clear so that everybody can know. A lot of stakeholders have been reaching out to President Brian Mundubile, the need to include and just form one formidable force, which is a strong opposition. And there's been calls for him to actually unite with Makebi Zulu and as well as Honorable Given Lubinda. And so what you're then seeing that's happening is that it's a response to the many stakeholders as to why they feel that Makebi Zulu and Honorable Mundubile, Honorable Given Lubinda must be part of what's going on. And that's what you're
Kagwalungu, as well as what has been going on between the government and the family. You did write an article expressing how you really would love to see him have a dignified burial. What are your thoughts with regards to everything which has been leading up to this moment? Because now it's over 245 days since we heard about the late former president. What do you think should be done in order for this to be done with?
Dash, can you hear me?
Yes, we can get you.
Hello?
We can get you.
And can you see me clearly?
Yes, we can see you. Very clearly.
All right, great. Sorry, I think I lost network there, and I don't know at what point you were able to hear me. Did you get to hear everything?
We can get you, but what I was asking is, the fact is that you wrote an article with regards to how you want the late former president to have a dignified funeral, and with regards to what has been being reported in South Africa, how they want to now investigate the body, and just everything that has been leading up all the way to this point. What do you feel can be done in order for this to be debunked, for it to now just be concluded, everything to be done with?
Okay, great, Dash. So before I get to that question, I just want to be clear. My previous response was clear. I was trying to say that Honorable Brian Mundubile, who's the president for the Tonse Alliance, has responded to calls from stakeholders to actually team up with his brothers, Honorable Makebi Zulu and Honorable Given Lubinda, and form one formidable force. So the 12 days ultimatum that has been passed on to Honorable Makebi Zulu and Honorable Given Lubinda is a response to stakeholders that have reached out to President Mundubile to ensure that they team up as a team and go into the election as one strong team. Now, the next question you raise is regarding the barrier of our former president. Oh yes, I wrote an article last year, and I still insist that the former president must be given a very dignified funeral, a dignified send-off. And I want to say that as Tonse Alliance, we stand with the family. I think what is happening at the moment, I would say, is political. And I wouldn't want to delve into political issues because this is a very sensitive issue. It's a touchy issue. This relates to the former president, and the family has been very clear on how they want to have their beloved put to rest. And I think what's important is to have a dignified funeral, to have a dignified send-off and burial is really respecting the wishes of the deceased and also respecting the wishes of the family. And I think that's the position of the Tonse Alliance. We want to respect the wishes of the former president and want to respect the wishes of the first family. Let us go by what the family intends to do. That's the only way we're going to have this issue sorted out. I think that is the position of the Tonse Alliance.
To the leadership of the Tonse Alliance, you did mention that Honorable Mundubile has extended an olive branch to Honorable Lubinda and Honorable Zulu to work together. Honorable Mundubile, as things stand, was recently expelled by Honorable Lubinda. Do you see these two leaders working together, considering what happened only a few weeks ago when Honorable Lubinda expelled Honorable Lubinda with Honorable Mundubile with about 13 other members of parliament? And do you think that these two can work together and try and dislodge the UPND government?
So you see, when we face issues like this, my brother, we have to be very honest with ourselves. The truth and the reality is that Honorable Lubinda does not have the authority within the PF to expel, to suspend, or even discipline any member. I think these issues have been in court, and we all know that the person that is actually in charge of the PF is Chavinga. Sorry, there are too many honorables here. Forgive me for that, but I'll just be mentioning names so that it's easier and clearer. So the person that actually has these papers is Honorable Chavinga, and is the one that is in charge of the PF. So Honorable Lubinda cannot fire, cannot expel, cannot suspend, cannot take any action against any member of the Patriotic Front. Suffice to say that in the course of our journey and how we do politics, sometimes we may offend each other and we may do things that are not correct. We may take personal some of the things that happen, but what's very important is what are the majority of our people saying? And I think that's what is important. It's because what we're trying to do is a thing that is a national issue. We are fighting for the people of Zambia. We are fighting for people to get out of what's happening now, the injustices, the high cost of living, and all these things. And it's the people themselves that want the change that are reaching out to say, President Mundubile, why don't you offer an olive branch to your two brothers in the name of Makebi and in the name of Honorable Lubinda? Why can't you bring them close so that you come up with one strong team? You are brothers. Why can't this happen? And as was reported yesterday in the press, President Mundubile listens to those calls. And what he is simply doing is a response to the stakeholders. So what I'm trying to say is there could have been all these misunderstandings in the past. But what is bigger? Is it what they feel at personal level, or what is bigger is what the majority of our people want to see? The majority of our people want to see a unified opposition. Like you have rightly put it, my brother, it's about dislodging HH in August. So are we going to dislodge HH as divided as we are, or are we going to dislodge HH as a unified opposition front? So I think many Zambians want to see a unified opposition. Many Zambians are calling for unity, are calling for our leaders to come together and form one strong thing. So it is a response, and for me, this is a strong attribute that President Mundubile has actually shown and exhibited, because he is a listening leader. He's a listening president. Others would simply say, no, I have been elected and I'm going the way I should. But he has extended this to his two brothers. And I also want to make an appeal to Honorable Makebi Zulu. And I also want to make an appeal to Honorable Given Lubinda to search their conscience, to just think deep, analyze and see the realities as at play, and look at the bigger picture. This is what the Zambians want. Zambians want to see that there's unity in the opposition. Zambians want to see that all our leaders come together to ensure that we fight the UPND in the ballot come August 2026. So that's what it is.
Days after the 12 days ultimatum, if you don't get response from the other parties.
Sorry, your line was breaking. I didn't hear your question. Could you just kindly repeat that for me?
Okay, so there is a 12 days ultimatum that was given. So I was just trying to find out what is going to happen if Honorable Lubinda and Honorable Zulu do not respond to the call by Honorable Mundubile to come and work together. What is the way forward after that?
Thank you. So remember, we are pressed for time. In the time that's remaining, that's allotted to us, we have to pick members of parliament, we have to pick councillors, we have to pick mayors, we have to pick council chairpersons. Now we have to go through a rigorous process which goes for identification, acceptance, and all these things. So we can't just leave it open-ended to say Honorable Makebi can come at any time or Honorable Lubinda can come at any time, because we are pressed for time. Parliament will be dissolved in under 60 days, and there's going to be a fully fledged campaign that's going to be rolled out. And so we need to make sure that our house is put in order in good time for us to be able to also fulfill other obligations as we have to field candidates. And that's why the 12 days has been given, because we do not have the leisure of time. We are pressed for time. We need to make progress, and Zambians are waiting for us to actually give them guidance and also just to provide leadership. And that's why the 12 days was provided. In the instance that the 12 days elapses and our two colleagues do not show up, or they do not reach out, then it would have meant that we would have then we would have been magnanimous enough to extend an olive branch to them. And since they would have declined, we would then look at the options available and move forward. So suffice to say that the 12 days ultimatum is simply because we are pressed for time. We do not have leisure of time, and we have so many things that we have to do before the elections. So if they do not come through, we will look at the options that are available and proceed as one strong alliance to face HH in the ballot in August.
Could there be perhaps an extended period for them to respond, or after 12 days, that's it? Nothing else is going to be done?
After 12 days, that's it. There is no extension after 12 days. So remember, like I said, the calendar has been provided by the ECZ for us to be able to run our elections. So I mentioned how we have to identify members of parliament. Look at it this way. We have delimitation that has happened. So we have, I think, an extra, if I'm not, give or take, an extra 70 new constituencies. So we have to actually look at over 200 plus members of parliament. We have to identify, I think, over 112 mayors. We have to look at council chairpersons. We have to look at ward councillors. So we have a mammoth task ahead of us. And I want to really, really emphasize that the reason the 12 days ultimatum has been placed is because of the many other things that we have to do as an alliance to make sure that we field candidates everywhere in every part of this country. And so we do not have leisure of time. If the 12 days elapses, we will then proceed with options available, because we have an obligation to the Zambian people. we have to make sure that we field candidates everywhere. And so that would then mean that our colleagues could have declined. And at that point, I think we would have demonstrated leadership, and we would then have also shown commitment to ensuring that we have a unified opposition. But then probably our colleagues would not look at it that way. So we'll be left with no option but to then look at the other options available for us to be able to proceed.
That are available. Looking at the team that you have, who are you thinking? I know that I'm pushing you against a very hard rock. Could take up the position of a running mate?
Okay, excellent. So remember, the position of running mate is a preserve of the president to pick. So I may not be able to even begin to discuss or think of who the person might be. But let me say that the president is going to pick one or two people who they are going to bring to the Council of Leaders in Tonse, and then Tonse Council of Leaders would deliberate on that one or two names and come up with one candidate who is going to be running mate to our president. So we still wait for our presidents to actually nominate the one or two people and deliberate and then come to pick. So I want to say that it's a preserve of the president, and I may not be in a position to even comment on that.
Patriotic Front, and now that Honorable Mundubile is at the helm of the Tonse Alliance, when you sit with the Council of Presidents in the Tonse Alliance, what is their general feeling as regards incorporating the Patriotic Front leaders, that is Honorable Lubinda and of course Honorable Zulu, who you have invited? Is this something that threatens the well-being of Tonse?
Oh no, not at all. In fact, let me actually mention to you, my brother, that the atmosphere in the Tonse Alliance is very conducive. It's very professional and it's very mature. We have an environment that has been created under the leadership of our President, Honorable Mundubile, where we are free to deliberate on issues. We listen to each other, we give chance to speak, and the environment and the atmosphere is just so conducive. And I want to say that the presidents within the alliance are very supportive. And even when these meetings are being held and consultations being made, stakeholders giving feedback, this happens in the presence of those leaders that you're actually mentioning. And so they are fully aware of the requests that are coming from stakeholders. So I want to say that the atmosphere is very peaceful, it's conducive, it's respectful, it's professional, it's mature, and that's how we should be able to deliberate issues of national interest. So I must say that that is the atmosphere. The presidents within the alliance are very game for this. They are actually supporting this, and they've been part of the process that has led us to this point. I think that should suffice.
The Royal Breakfast Show, and just giving us an update as to what is happening in and around the Tonse Alliance. Mr. Makupa Kolola, thank you so much for joining us on the Royal Breakfast Show and just letting us in on what's been happening in the Tonse Alliance.
Thank you so much, Dash, and thank you so much to the gents. I grateful for this opportunity to be able to speak to the people and just let them know what's happening in the Tonse Alliance. And we still make an urge to our public, our voters, our people, to come and vote for us. Support us in the Tonse Alliance come August. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
All right, that was Mr. Makupa Kolola, who is the Tonse Alliance deputy spokesperson, just giving us an update as to what has been transpiring between Honorable Brian Mundubile as well as Honorable Makebi Zulu and Honorable Given Lubinda, who have been given 12 days, an ultimatum of which they need to respond as to whether or not they will be the running mates. Otherwise, we're going to take a quick break. When we do return, we get to find out what's happening in the world of sports. It's Copper Queens, it's FA Cup, and of course, it's Champions League, where one of supposedly the best teams in the world beat another good team in Benfica. So keep watching the Royal Breakfast Show when we do return.